I think initially, when the App Store launched a couple of years ago, it was sort of this imperative, this strategic imperative. Let's do this, we'll figure it out later. The cool thing is now, publishers are figuring it out. And, and our role is to help in that. That's all that we do. The Zumobi network is all about, kind of working together with publishers to publish these types of apps and monetize them on the back end. So we work very much over the long term of the app. And what we're seeing now, and we've been doing this, we actually had one of the first branded content apps in the App Store, and we're now seeing predictable and repeatable revenue around branded sponsorships. A large percentage of our apps actually go out with a presenting sponsor. So the mobile and specifically mobile app sponsorships are becoming part of the brand's buying cycles. Certain brands recognize the value of being on the superphone segment and being on mobile. So I think that's the shift that we've seen, again, as recently as the last 8 months, where there was a lot of experimentation, there was sort of advertising, branded apps. Now we're seeing it much more of a formal media play, where there are signature publisher properties that people use, and the impressions are impressive and get a lot of attention, and then they get sponsored with 100% share of voice by a brand sponsor.
And just tell us where are the apps at? It's predominantly in the iPhone, but how is that developing, and where might that go?
Yeah, so we're really centered on kind of the superphone segment. So smartphones, superphones are more consumer focused than smartphones, and really it's about iPhone, Android, WebOS, soon Windows Phone 7. Right now we're on all of those platforms. We'll be on Windows Phone 7 at launch, but we're really centered on obviously where most of the eyeballs are, which is iPhone today. But we're very aggressively investing in Android. We actually have one of the top NASCAR apps on Android. We have a really great football app together with our partner Sporting News on Android. For a while we had the #1 highest rated app in the entire Palm App Store, which was our Sporting News baseball app. So we actually have been investing in the entire category and have a lot of expertise on these platforms. But our entire network, every one of the properties on our network is on iPhone and iPod Touch.
So tell us about your business model.
Sure, it's unique. So we're very much positioned. One of the patterns that we were seeing early in the app phenomenon was that there were, kind of these dev shops that would just build apps as a work-for-hire project, basically agencies that would build apps and then sort of, get paid and walk away and maybe get paid again to do an update. And that model, on the media side doesn't make any sense. So we've actually pivoted our business to focus exclusively on partnering with media companies around their content and taking their content onto the superphone segment and monetizing it going forward. So we basically have a rev share business model where we'll collaborate with the team on the front end for little to no, sort of cost to them, and we'll collaborate around defining what the feature set of the app is, helping to work to collaboratively design the app, being faithful to the visual language of their property, and then we and they will collaboratively work to sell this inventory, the sponsorships inside that app for the life of the app. So that way we have aligned objectives, right? We're incentivized to make sure the app is constantly updated to support the latest iOS. We're incentivized to make great content always coming to the surface, bringing new features into the app, because we want to continue to drive top-tier sponsors. So it's a really nice business model, and it also has forged some great partnerships with some really great media partners where they don't necessarily want to have to scramble when Apple releases a new operating system. We can just do that and update it, and it's but also we've had 12 apps in the top 10 of their category, 10 apps in the top 5. Those are impressive statistics in this business. So a big media company knows that they can count on a high quality app on the Zumobi network, which is nice.
Let's take a look at some of the apps.
Sure, it'd be great to. So this is the official app for Motor Trend magazine. You have road tests, all of the sort of road test content, but there's also a lot of unique video content that, for example, I'm an avid reader of Motor Trend. I might not get the video experiences. I'll read the articles, but this is a great way to kind of follow up from the articles and watch some of the videos of the test drives themselves, which is always very, very cool. Actually, just launching today is the official app for Automobile magazine, which is presented by Cadillac, the CTS-V Coupe. So this is a great app. Again, brings that same dashboard motif and lots of great content, including their popular Driven blog and a bunch of road tests and video as well. Also, a recent launch for us is the official app for Parenting magazine. So this is a very fun app because you can actually customize the app to suit your family. You can take pictures of your individual family members, key in their birth dates or even due dates, and then the app will present you age-specific content that's all presented in this very slick carousel interface. And when you drill in, it'll give you a bunch of sort of stories that are relevant to a specific age of your kid, and it's really a lot of really great content. So those are just 3 examples of apps in the Zumobi network. There are many more if you just search the App Store for Zumobi, Z-U-M-O-B-I.